Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man walah. Amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, we are chapter number 10 tonight, Babul Mubadara ila al-Khayrat. This chapter deals with hastening towards goodness. Al-Mubadara means to hasten towards good deeds. And the entire chapter, as Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah mentions, is Babul Mubadarati al-Khayrat, the chapter on hastening to good deeds. وَحَثَّ مَنْ أَقْبَلَ عَلَى الْخَيْرِ أَنْ يُتِمَّهُ مِنْ غَيْرِ تَرَدُّدٍ, and encouraging those who embark upon goodness to complete it without hesitation. This is the full chapter heading. So it's about, this chapter will deal with ayat and ahadith that encourages us to hasten towards good deeds and for us to complete it. Once we intend it, to go through with it and try and fulfill our intentions of goodness. So the first issue is al-mubadara wal-musara'a ila al-khayr, hastening, rushing towards good deeds. And mubadara is ضد التواني والكسل. It's the opposite of laziness. It's the opposite of at-tawani. At-tawani means procrastination. This is the opposite of mubadara. Right? A Muslim should not be someone who procrastinates when it comes to his righteous deeds, or he puts it off. You have a chance to do good and he puts it off. Opportunity for good arises and he lets it slip. This should not be the attitude of the believer. And of course, not to be lazy. So procrastinating is one thing, putting things off. You have the intention, that's one thing. Laziness, on the other hand, is he's just not bothered. He just doesn't have any drive, any zeal to do goodness. And this again is not the way of the believer. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in a hadith, Al-mu'minu al-qawi khayrun wa ahabbu ila Allahi min al-mu'min al-da'if. That the strong believer, he is two things. He is better, khayrun, and is more beloved to Allah. He's dearer to Allah than the weak believer. A strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than a weak believer. And this iman means two things here. It means strength here. It means in iman, number one, and number two, in physical nature as well. The believer should be both. Should have strong iman and at the same time work on his physical strength as well. وَفِي كُلِّ خَيْرٍ. Right? They are in all forms of goodness. احرص على ما ينفعك. The Prophet ﷺ then said, be firm or strive hard in that which will benefit you. This is the believer. Ihris, he says, be eager and strive in that which will benefit you. Do good deeds. Yes, anything that's going to be of benefit to you, strive hard for it. وَاسْتَعِينْ بِاللَّهِ, and seek Allah's help whilst doing this, because it cannot happen except by the assistance of Allah. وَلَا تَعْجَزْ, and do not be what? Ajiz. Don't be someone who's idle, helpless, incapable. That's not the way the believer should be. That's not a strong believer. So this is a very important chapter that we are going to be dealing with, inshallah ta'ala. Because this is the general attitude of the believer should always be one that we are looking for opportunities to do good. Looking for chances to do good. Some ulama mentioned, for example, if someone comes knocking on your door, and I don't think this happens often in this country, but in other places, maybe to your car, maybe you see someone at a shop, they are in need. They are poor. Yes, usually what happens is we become annoyed by them. We become upset by them. Asking of me, looking for handouts. Whereas other scholars mentioned that you should see this as an opportunity. Allah sent that person to you. This is a chance for you to do sadaqah. Had he not come to me, I'm sitting at home. Nobody's there for me to give. I don't see anyone, so I'm keeping my wealth to myself. This is the perspective of the, you see it as a chance to do good. So in all deeds, this is how we should be. Hastening. You have a free moment, sit with the Quran. You have a chance, do good to your parents. Go visit your parents. Uphold those family ties. You have the opportunity. This is good deeds. You have a chance for sadaqah, give the sadaqah. Remember, Allah is presenting us with opportunities. We have to take the opportunity because we are looking for it. If you're not looking for the opportunity, the chances come and they go, and others will be benefiting. Others will be growing in their rewards and their ranks in front of Allah Azza wa Jal, whilst we are ajiz, helpless. We don't help ourselves, we don't benefit ourselves. The masjid is here. Come to the masjid. Take your opportunities, come to the masjid. Walk to the masjid. Spend time in the masjid. Hajj, Umrah, fasting, all of these are deeds that we are able to do. We should not put them off. To end off, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in hadith, "Man arada al-Hajj falyata'ajjal." Whoever intends to perform Hajj, then he should hasten to do so. Hasten, go get it done. You want to do Hajj? Go and get it done. Why? He said, فَإِنَّهُ قَدْ يَمْرُضُ الْمَرِيض. Somebody could fall ill, or a mount may go astray. Back in those days, they needed a camel and so forth to ride. They didn't have one. And وَتَعْرِضُ الْحَاجَةُ, a need may arise. Anything can happen. Anything can come up. We're going to put it off, it may never happen. And you may be questioned about this by Allah Azza wa Jal, because Hajj is obviously a major obligation as a pillar of the deen. But this applies not just to Hajj. Our lesson is not on Hajj here, it's on any good deed. If you have the opportunity, take it. When you procrastinate, you give too many opportunities for other things to happen. Other people to take the good deeds. And they are doing it and you miss out. So this will be our chapter bi'idhnillahi ta'ala moving forward. We look at some ayat of the Quran on this, and then the ahadith bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.